One more game to be played later, Crystal Palace and Manchester United. Let's hear from both managers, starting with Roy Hodgson, who believes his squad has enough to stay up.
There's no doubt that as a group of players, these players have made big strides forward. They worked very, very hard to become a better football team and a harder team to beat. And I certainly feel more confident going into this game, despite the fact that we have quite a few players that I perhaps would have liked to have seen in the squad, still missing.
First of all, the gap is a very short gap. Between the second and the fifth is really, really short. It is really, really open for everybody. All four, we are in the Champions League still. So we have other focus, other targets, all of us. All of us very good teams. In spite of sometimes the way I read, it looks like all the others are better than us, but I'm not so sure if that's the reality.
Everyone comments quite constantly about how unusual this season is, that the relegation zone, if you like, goes so far up the table, and I don't have anything to add to that other than to say it is unusual, but the bottom line is that there will be 3 teams relegated, and there's most of us at the moment working very, very hard to make sure it's not us.
So no Wilfried Zaha, this is the problem. You know, statistically, they don't win without Zaha. He is back in training, which is really important. They've got some big games coming up. We're going to have a look at the bottom of the table, because I think probably, I don't know, 6-8 weeks ago, we thought Palace were fine, but they're sliding, aren't they?
They are
sliding.
I think it's down to not having Zaha, the influence of what he can do and how he can win games on his own. They've got to find something, they've got to find some spirit. Massive game for them tonight, huge game for them tonight.
They need that Palace crowd behind them.
You know what, I genuinely think that someone like Benteke, who's been woeful, always turns up for the big games. Yeah. And I think it'll be one of those games he turns up for tonight.
It's just a little oddity for you, because people like this. Tony Pulis, Middlesbrough in the Championship playoffs now. Look who's 18th, 19th and 20th. He managed all 3 of those. Wow. He would probably quite... I'm not saying he wishes ill on his previous class, but he wants to get promoted.
Or has he left those in a worse shape?
I don't know.
The 3 teams he's managed sitting in the bottom 3.
Top of the table then, Liverpool in second after winning against Newcastle. And look, Liverpool's goal difference is better, so United need to win tonight, and it is, and put more distance between, obviously, Chelsea and the top 4.
United need to go to Palace. Need to go to Palace and try and blitz Palace.
Yes.
Go for it, get the points, be convincing, play like Man United.
Yeah.
But like I said, some players just turn up on big games like this, and I think Benteke is one of them, so they might have a headache, Man United.
2 objectives for Man U, going back above Liverpool and putting a nail in Antonio Conte in Chelsea's pocket.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely correct.
And to be fair to United, I mean, it's amazing to think that after half an hour of the Chelsea game 8 days ago, Chelsea are 1-up and playing really well, and maybe we're thinking, oh, wow, Chelsea... And they lose both.
Well, I think for United...
But for United, they won that game, and what a fillip for this.
Well, I think for United, it's who's coming up after the Crystal Palace game, and that's Liverpool.
Yes.
You know, so it's one of them where I'm pretty sure Jose will have an eye on that Liverpool game, and obviously for a club like Man United, they should be beating Crystal Palace. You know, the result's not a given, but the size of the club.
Look at that. I mean, Loftus-Cheek hasn't played. This is for Palace, obviously. Scott Down at the back. Wickham this season has had long-term injuries. Sacco, Puncheon,
massive miss.
Both, you know, Sacco. I mean, look at that.
That's just unlucky, isn't it?
It is.
So unlucky. I bet, out of all those players there, I bet you there's about 7 first-teamers. 7 or 8 first-teamers, and this is United's.
I mean, United got a lot, but
well,
United got a bigger squad. They can deal with it more.
Yeah, arguably not first-teamers. Not first 11s.
Not regular first 11s.
So Jones would be, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, arguably. You know, it's...
But no, not as key.
No, not at all. Absolutely no. With Man United's squad and Man United's
not going
players.
Forward, not as key. You know, they've got Martial, they've got Sanchez, they've got
Lukaku. He can tweak it at any given time.
They've got Lingard. Oh, we've got them all, haven't they?
It's like if you're Roy and you've got everyone fit, you might go into tonight's game without Benteke because the guy's not in good form. And you might got Sherwood through the middle, you might go Zaha off him and do something different. It's like Roy's just got the deck of cards that he can play with.
That's all he's got.
That's all I've got.
It's like he's got 12, 13 players, first team, first 11, then he's going to have to think of other players to put on the bench. But I just feel that Palace, from where they were when we said they're going down, they've turned it around. They've completely gone the opposite way now.
And their fixtures are horrendous, aren't they?
They are really bad. And you do sometimes, you know, being down there, you suddenly get sucked in.
Almost
before you've realised it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, gents. Plenty as ever in there to discuss. Thank you to you for watching. Andy Townsend and Owen Hargreaves will be here later for the last match of the weekend at Selhurst Park. Enjoy that. We'll see you next week, of course. Bye-bye for now.